Hey guys, so in this video I've been making a lot of progress on the map generation and some of the models. So I've been working on a lot of like the randomization of the map. So before I always had this 64 by 64 grid layout always created, but now I'm just creating it on the fly whenever the game is started. So I could like increase the map size and do like, 100 by 100 or 100 by 50 or whatever. So I can dynamically start changing the size of the map. I also added more randomization, like adding these trees, adding like some flower things and like little grass pieces. And then I'm also adding like a second level, randomly adding a second level with ramps to go up and down. And on these levels you can have checkpoints, or in this case it ends on top of that. But yeah, so I've been doing that. Basically when the game starts, I'm generating a seed. Just like a random string to use as I'm randomly generating all this stuff. So eventually in like the GUI, you could see, this seed in the GUI and you could type, something else in. So you could replay like the same map, or if I did some sort of like multiplayer, and everyone would have the exact same, generated map. So it'd all have like the same seed. So if there is no seed, it randomly generates one, but if you set something like test, and then played it, it would use that as the randomization. If I played it again, it'd be the exact same map that got generated. Yeah, so what I do first is I generate all those map tiles. So I'll generate the 4096 map tiles. And then while I'm generating those, I'm getting 2% of them will have grass on top of it. This like grass environment. And then another 2% of them will have a flower on it. So the grass and the flowers don't do anything. They don't affect your building. You don't have to remove them. They're just more of a visual thing. So it's not just this huge green, thing. Make it look a little more alive. And then next what I do is I generate the high ground. So right now I'm only generating one 16 by 16 square somewhere random on the map. So eventually I think I'll want to do, might not be 16 by 16, maybe make it a little bit smaller or bigger, have more than one places of high ground. I'm not too sure exactly what I want to do, but for right now it just makes one high ground area on the map. And then this is just generating the ramps on the high ground. So the pathfinding sees that there's a ramp there, and it allows the unit to walk up it, but doesn't allow units to walk just up onto the high ground. So they only look for those ramps when going to a high ground spot. So like if I go in here and block off this ramp, And they go all the way around, look for the next ramp. So I could go block off this ramp, and then they use that one as the next closest one. Block off that one, that's the only remaining one to go up there. And then once I have all the map tiles and the ramps and everything, the high ground all generated, the next part that I go through is generating the waypoints. So I do the start and the end, and then the waypoints like the other video, that I explained in the other video. That's all the same. And then at the very end, I'm generating a couple trees. So right now I have like 2 tree models that I'm using. So it just randomizes between those two. It just picks one. And then also rotates it randomly. So they're not all like the exact same rotation, so it looks a little more unique, and so they're all just not like the same kind of thing. But I've also been working on a lot of like this tower ghost. So the trees you can't build anything on top of, so the ghost turns red, along with the red box below showing that you can't build something there. Same thing with enemies, or if you're like halfway up a ramp. I've also been doing a build timer, so each tower has a build time. The cannon is like 10 seconds. I started working on models with like animations. So like this one, I was going to use this one as like the building construction model, but I think the ghost will work a lot better. So you kind of know what's actually being built, instead of just reusing the same model for all of my buildings, all my constructions. And also ran into issues with sizing it for different towers. So like if the cannon tower was bigger than the ice tower, I'd have to resize this model to fit in those tiles. So that was getting complicated, so I skipped that. But I'm starting to kind of get into some of the modeling animation part. Yeah, I think that's about it for this video. I think for my next video, what I want to do is build like a river that cuts through the map. To make it even more complicated for like these waypoints and stuff. I think I'll have like a starting river point and then an end river point, and have it kind of snake through the map. And then I'll have to randomly put a bridge from one side to the other to make sure that if there's a waypoint in between 2 sides of a river, that the enemies can still move between them. And then another thing that I've been kind of avoiding is fixing the pathing to not allow you to build a tower to fully block a path. So like right here, I need to stop this building from being built, or else it'll completely block the path. Like these ones are all like stuck. But that's for a future video. I think that's about it. See you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.